Excuse me, do you know why we pulled you over today? Exactly, it's because you're not subscribed. So you better fix that right now, or we're gonna have to take you in. With more news, but this is definitely important news. This is about Apple privacy plans, and it may involve battling with advertisers even more. And that's very important because for our privacy, we need them to battle them, because we I certainly do not have the power to take it up against these people, and even Apple is getting attacked now more and more because they cut into these people's profits. So anyways, let's keep it pumping. Let's
Apple's
talk.
Privacy plans may involve further battle with advertisers. Ad-dependent companies like Facebook parent Meta are already upset about app tracking transparency. But Apple's privacy plans may go further than this and involve a further battle with advertisers that are trying to track users. The report today is purely speculative but would be consistent with the company's direction, especially given the whack-a-mole battle against ad tracking. Background: Apple has always had a privacy-focused approach when it comes to ad tracking. The company's first step was to develop the Identifier for Advertisers (IDFA), an anonymous way to track individual devices. It meant that advertisers could see that a specific device was exposed to a particular ad and subsequently visited the advertiser's website. But there was no way to determine the identity of the device's owner.
Yeah, and that is something that's very important, and I really hoped that the EU would do something similar, create something similar with GDPR, but they didn't. They just set up some rules. They just set up some rules and just said, well, you figure it the fuck out. We are not going to get involved. So whoever needs to use it, like whatever consumer needs to use it, you basically have to trust the company that you do not trust with your data to delete it, and basically send them an email with like identifiers on how to identify that you are the real user that wants to delete this stuff off their computers and off their servers using someone's mail client. Then I'm not sure if you even want them to know that the identifiers that you're sending to the company. But anyways, we're getting on attention here. I'm just trying to say, like, these identifiers and these making it easier for people to control their data and see where it's going, and have very clear, easy to use toggles that people can use to get involved protecting their data. And that's something that Apple did really, really well here, and I hope they continue to do that. I'm definitely curious what's going to happen here, but this is definitely cool, I would say. These goddamn data stealing parasites need to be cook handled. Oh shit, they need to be cook handled. Yeah, okay, access denied. I don't know what that means. Daddy cook has to. Okay. I'm not even gonna. No. Nope.
Next up was intelligent tracking prevention, to block cross-site tracking in Safari. Most recently, in 2020, Apple announced app tracking transparency, which meant that each app had to explicitly ask for permission to track, though its implementation was delayed. Unsurprisingly, when it did finally launch, most users denied permission. While Apple's rules prohibit backdoor methods of tracking, that hasn't stopped big developers trying to find loopholes. Apple's privacy plans may go even further. The Information's Sarah Krause makes the case for Apple going even further down this path. She suggests that Private Relay and Hide My Email could in the future be on by default, and made available to all users. The iPhone maker has already introduced the above two other privacy features that mask the identity of Apple device users. Together, they threaten to further constrain the online ad industry's ability to track customers, according to ad tech company executives and advertising consultants. The two privacy features, which Apple launched last fall, are currently available only to people who pay for its iCloud Plus storage service. Some ad industry executives fear, however, that Apple could expand or promote the features to more of its customers, similar to how it launched and expanded previous privacy features. That would cause further chaos or crimp revenue for incumbents such as Google and Facebook parent Meta platforms. whose advertisers are only now starting to recover from the implementation of earlier iPhone ad tracking restrictions. "It's got the industry holding their collective breath," said Grant Simmons, a vice president at Kochava, which helps advertisers measure the performance of online ad campaigns. This may, she argues, extend private relay apps, not just Safari. If the private relay service expanded beyond Safari to stop the transmission of user IP addresses across mobile apps, ad industry executives say it would hobble the efforts many ad networks and ad tech companies have made to adapt to Apple's earlier changes, known as app tracking transparency. Many of the workarounds that firms including Meta, Snap and Google developed in the wake of Apple's changes rely in part on having access to groups of user IP addresses to measure whether ads the user saw led to sales. While I stress that this is just speculation, it would be a logical progression for Apple. I certainly wouldn't bet against it. What's your view? Should Apple take these additional steps to block unwanted ad tracking and spam? Please share your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, I would say Apple should take these steps, because like if they don't do it, no one is going to do it, and that means that we are basically going to be at the mercy of Meta and Google and all these companies that basically are there to get your data and sell you stuff. And that doesn't mean I'm not saying that Apple doesn't collect any data, right? Because they probably do. They need data. They need to know what people want. They need to know what they have to build for people to enjoy it. But it's to a lesser extent. I think it's to a way lesser extent. And the reason why I have those beliefs is there's no incentive to have servers upon servers upon servers collecting data on people that they won't be able to sell to anyone. They don't have an advertising platform that they get so much money on that it's interesting to have massive servers and massive AI bots going over those data. I feel like it's way more important for Facebook and Google to have it. That doesn't mean that Apple doesn't do it at all, right? I feel like every company needs to know what's going on with their consumers to a certain extent. I just feel like the limit to where Apple is setting it is feels way more comfortable for me than the limit that Facebook sets, right? So I would say that I feel like Apple should go further than they are going right now, and it makes sense for them to be that final bastion of some form of privacy that we still have. And yeah, if they give up that fight, probably because of the fucking EU or something like that, I feel like this is definitely bad. It's definitely bad for us, for the industry, for everyone else, because like I feel like Apple is one of the last companies that doesn't have a very big incentive to collect people's data and just constantly try to sell people's data to everyone around the world, right? So I would say it does make more sense for Apple to do this, and that makes more sense and then in that case it also makes more sense for me to buy the actual device. So it's kind of crazy. Anyways, let me see what's going on here, because you guys have been chatting shit. Yeah, bruv, relax. Definitely, you should relax. This is kind of wild. You're wilding here, okay? You're wilding here. This is crazy. Let me see. This is why all these companies are trying to fuck Apple now, because Apple is touching their revenue too hard. Yeah, I feel like a lot of companies are doing that because of that reason, especially Meta, for example. They do not want Apple to go further. They want it to stop. They want it to end. And I mean, companies are going to be companies, right? So this is stuff that is not really that new. It's not really that surprising. It's not really getting into any territory where, oh shit, we didn't expect this, we didn't expect that. Obviously, we do expect it because Meta has that incentive. But hopefully we can expect Apple to combat that, even though they're getting attacked this hard. Even if the EU is listening to these rent-seeking competitors. Anyways, Apple should go even harder on these motherfuckers. Dude, are you okay? Oh my god. Chat is aggressive today? Yeah, it is aggressive. True? Yeah, very true. I feel like that was not true to Miski, wasn't it? It was true to something else. Fucking exactly? Yeah, exactly. It's very exactly. It's very fucking exactly. It's definitely 100% fucking exactly, dudes. We should fight it. Otherwise, it's going to get worse and worse. Yeah, for sure. If we don't combat this, it's just going to get worse and worse. So, hopefully, Apple is going to stay on this side of the battle, so we can hopefully use the weapons that they create to defend our privacy here. Anyways, I feel like this is the stream for today, guys. We have been live for 3 hours.